Hey guys, welcome to today's video. I'm Sarah. This is No BS Beauty. Everything I use is everything I purchase myself. And if you want to help support the channel, check out nobsbeauty.com/shop-sell. I've got some things for sale and working on something special. So definitely stay stay informed for that. I'm excited about that. But yeah, check it out if you want to help support my channel. Also subscribe. So thank you guys. I'm not very good at ever remembering to do that. Cameraman just came in and reminded me. So thank you, cameraman. Not good at it. So today I thought I would look back on my last, I would say 10, 12 years of skincare and how things have evolved in terms of my favorite daytime moisturizers. I always tend to have a favorite at one point. And I just thought I'd look over the last 10, maybe even 15 years of my favorite moisturizers. And yeah, so nothing, there's some brands in here that people may prefer not to purchase from, which is just fine. But they're still ones that at one point I really liked and used. So the first one is, and I'll say this comes in a different packaging. It was in the yellow bottle. It was the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Lotion, which this one is the jelly. But anyway, it came in a clear bottle. And I always thought my skin was dry and it would always be flaky. And I'd put this on and then it would be flaky and oily. So it wasn't really a moisturizer I liked. But I will say I probably used it for a year solid. Not quite realizing that just putting oily moisturizer on your skin isn't enough sometimes. So I had issues with dryness, so I'd apply this moisturizer, and for me it didn't work. This one, it was a year of not looking the best, but it would make my skin feel moisturized, but then still flaky and red and itchy. So it really, actually, I'm not really recommending it per se. I'm sure there's some people that it works for, but that was a good year and a half of using that where I just couldn't figure out. I'm putting moisturizer on, but my skin is always still looking red and flaky. So anyway, and at the time, we didn't quite have the options and choices and brands that we do now. So next I went on to Clinique, their Moisture Surge Moisturizer, which was a little bit better. However, I still needed the exfoliation, but didn't quite figure it out. This helped my skin a little bit. It was a little bit more hydrating than the yellow moisturizer. And it was fragrance-free, which was great. It wasn't terribly expensive at the time, but it still quite wasn't enough because I'd still have flakiness and redness a little bit, and my skin was just needing a whole routine. But that's kind of what caused me to get interested in skincare, was I just keep putting moisturizers on and it doesn't do enough. And I still look dull. I still look kind of ruddy complexion, things like that. So it just wasn't doing the trick. And slowly I started to realize, you know what? There's more to skincare than just putting a moisturizer on. Who figured? And I really started down a rabbit hole. So now I'm doing more research, and then my next favorite moisturizer comes out, which is the CeraVe PM Moisturizing Lotion. And when I'm shopping for the CeraVe Moisturizing Lotion, I see CeraVe has some other products which may be helpful. So I start down a rabbit hole, and then that's kind of when I find out I might need a little bit more things. I don't think just a moisturizer is just enough for my skin. I may have redness issues, flakiness, issues like that. And so I kind of start learning a little bit more, and I start trying out a vitamin C serum. I think at this time I was testing out the Timeless Vitamin C serum because I did use a bottle of the SkinCeuticals CE Ferulic Serum. I used that. It was a bottle that was probably 3 or 4 years old from my mom. So it probably wasn't very beneficial at the time because I'm sure it was oxidized as all get out. But that's when I started realizing maybe I need something like this. My skin, even though it's so old, it did seem to help my skin a little bit. It was probably more just the E and ferulic in there that was doing something. So I go down and I start looking at now Sephora, which I had never been into really before. Actually, I don't think I'd ever been into a Sephora probably up until 2010, 2012. And I find this is not the same product, the Dr. Jart Cicaplast Tiger Grass Cream. This is, I don't have an empty tube of it or a tube of it that still has stuff in it, but it's this model. This is the cleansing foam. So I go down there. I'm like, wow, this one really makes a big difference on my redness. And it was thick enough that my skin could feel moisturized. And I started going down in Sephora and starting to check out some exfoliants. And I'm trying to think at the time what was the common exfoliant that I picked up. There was an exfoliant there. And it really helped my skin. Finally, I didn't have those flakiness that sometimes I would just rub my face so much to try and get all the flakes off because it was so dry. And anyway, so I found an exfoliant and it worked well. So that was kind of going down better skin, because had I been doing what I did then, now still, my skin would look flaky and it just would be red. And so I'm glad I went down this rabbit hole, and much better skin and feeling better and looking better. And sunscreen, I will say, probably the first 3 decades of my life, never wore sunscreen ever. Maybe once or twice, but really never. And that's not a bad, that is a bad thing to do. It's not a good habit. You need sunscreen. It helps your skin protect itself. So anyway, I think if I probably had been using sunscreen, I'd probably look 10 years younger, but oh well, I can't fix it now. It's too late. Just use it every day and learn from my lesson. So next up, I find a brand called First Aid Beauty, and I really get into them. Their Ultra Repair Cream. I switched to this. My skin didn't react the best. I think I had a little bit better luck with the thickness of the Tiger Grass Cream, but First Aid Beauty says they're great for sensitive skin. Does it say it on here? Safe for sensitive skin, so I'm like, well, it should be helping, right? Well, there's eucalyptus oil in most of their Ultra Repair Cream, so this one was a short phase, but it was a moisturizer that I used for probably 6 or 7 months and ended up now using it on my body to finish them up. Or also at that time, I switched to their serum, their Ultra Repair Serum, which I loved until they reformulated it. That one brought me a lot of great skin feeling days and felt really nice under makeup and things like that. So a little bit further down the rabbit hole, I find a brand called Paula's Choice. And this is really where my skincare and my skin made the biggest difference ever, was finding this brand, because they have proper exfoliants at a proper pH. They had a vitamin C serum that was very effective and efficient and not ridiculously expensive like SkinCeuticals. They also have their clinical retinol serum, which was the first retinol I ever used, and I was able to use it without getting too dry or having any side effects like that. This is their Ultra Rich Moisturizer. I use this daytime and nighttime for a long time, and I still have it in my drawer on days at night when my skin is pretty dry. This one's a little bit too much for me during the daytime now, but back then, or when it's very, very cold out and your skin gets very dry, this is a great one. But Paula's Choice opened my eyes up to what you need for a full routine. You need a lot of good things. You need to protect your skin during the daytime, vitamin C and antioxidants. Exfoliants, they help your skin depending on skin issues. If you have issues with flakiness or aging purposes, AHAs, alpha-hydroxy acid exfoliants are great. If you have issues with clogged pores, BHAs or salicylic acid is great too. So finding Paula's Choice was really a turning point in my skincare routine, really, because it was, and at the time, they were much more affordable than they are now. So I use this one and still use it for quite some time. Now, if you followed me for any amount of time, you will all remember my Protini phase. This is probably about a year-long phase of loving this stuff. Man, I was going through it a lot. I mean, I was going through, there were a couple months in the winter where I would go through 1 jar a month. Ridiculous, I know, but I really loved it. Something in it changed, or something about my skin chemistry changed. I don't know what it is, but I don't love it anymore. Usually when I apply it, it froths up. I don't know. I still have friends that use it, so if it works for you, great, go for it. But it got very expensive, and for some reason, something in it just started to not work as well, and I didn't like the foaminess, and applying it became a high maintenance. Although there's other Drunk Elephant products that still work well, and I went through a Lala Retro Whip phase as well, but this one I really went through it. So, going down the road, Geek and Gorgeous ended up releasing a couple moisturizers. This is their Happy Barrier Cream, which is geared more towards dry skin. They also have another one. I just had it. Hydration Station, which is meant towards meant for oilier or normal skin types. Gosh, that's weird. I just had it, but anyway. Well, oh, here it is. Yeah, so this one, the Happy Berry is great for dry skin. This one's great for oily to normal skin. So I went through a good long phase of using this, and I still use this a lot on my neck and chest and things. It's very simple, but very nice moisturizer. So eventually I became very interested in peptides and antioxidants during my daytime routine. The Neogen Higher Exosome Cream is a favorite. I've repurchased this many times now. It's probably my 5th or 6th tube of it. I love it. It's nice enough for daytime. During the nighttime, during the winter, it's not quite hydrated enough, but for the daytime, it works perfectly under sunscreen. Perfectly, I'm wearing it right now. Sometimes I'll mix it a little bit with the Pacifica Sunny Glow bronzing drops. And this one's just full of great antioxidants and anti-aging and peptides. There's Veratrol, ascorbic acid. All of those good things are in this, and it's really, really affordable, and it's great to travel with. So anytime I travel, it's usually going to be the moisturizer I take because the packaging is really convenient. 2 more. The SkinMedica TNS Ceramide Treatment Cream. This one I'm loving more at night, although I will say I use it on my neck and décolleté during the daytime because my neck gets super dry in the winter, and most moisturizers are just not heavy enough for my neck. So I will say I use this during my morning routine on my neck, and a lot of times at night on my face. It's a really wonderful moisturizer with some good ingredients in there. And still, it's expensive, but for the good ingredients that they have in there, and the anti-aging ingredients, I think it's well priced in my opinion. And last but not least, which brings me to my current favorite moisturizer now, which is pretty expensive actually compared to all these, but I did get it on sale, so that helps a little bit, but I love it. The Dr. Whitney Bowe Glow Nourishing Microbiome Moisturizer. It's thick enough. It works well, and I use it a lot of times during the day, and sometimes I'll use it with the brand's Asta C vitamin C if my skin is ever feeling sensitive in the daytime or super dry. I will use this as opposed to my Geek and Gorgeous ascorbic acid serum, and this brand's really nice. They also have a cleanser, which is nice, and peptide serum. Got these on sale. Pretty nice brand, fragrance free and hydrating enough. So yeah, so that's kind of my journey. I guess kind of describe my skincare journey in general, because most of my growing up, I didn't really wear makeup or use moisturizer. My skin was always pretty dry, but you just think throwing more, creams and stuff on it will help, but it takes a whole routine to make your skin look and feel great. You can't just, one thing isn't going to do it all, unless it says azelaic acid, and then in that case, it almost does it all, but not everything. So anyway, curious if you have any thoughts or comments or tried any of these products, or if you had a similar journey, leave your thoughts below. Thanks so much, and I'll see you guys more tomorrow. Okay, bye guys.